Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Wake Up Call. My name's Dean Renfro. So glad for you to be with us today. We've started this week off for the first year of January 2022 talking about goals. Why? Because it's an important factor of our life, but it's also because it's kind of on the mind of everybody around us. And it becomes really important when we talk about goals and what they mean for us. So we've talked about some important steps that will help you accomplish your goals. We've talked about getting rid of procrastination, that big enemy of getting goals done. We've talked about the importance of establishing a habit process for ourselves. And we've talked about some of the process that's necessary to unlock what keeps us oftentimes from getting to goals. Well, today I want to talk about a real important subject that oftentimes doesn't get talked about and sometimes not even thought about in the whole process of being able to accomplish your goals. And it's the spiritual side of goal setting. The spiritual side of goal setting. And what do I mean by that? Well, very different than all the rest of creation is the human being. You see, the human being is different because it's made different. It's designed different. The Creator, God, put us in us something that's nothing else has, and we have a name for it. It's called the human spirit. It's the human spirit that causes us to have hope when there is no hope. It's the human spirit to reach out and help people who don't deserve to be helped. It's the human spirit that gives us an idea bigger than anything anybody could have ever imagined. It's the human spirit that helps us love other people. It's the human spirit that helps us reach out and help the undeserving. It's the human spirit that keeps us moving forward each and every day. So I want to talk a little bit about this spiritual side of goal setting, because the human spirit is of great importance to all of us. And that is so important when it comes to goal setting. Part of that concept is you have to find time to have a routine in this spiritual component. Okay? You can call it a quiet time, a reflection time, a meditation time, whatever it is, because you are a human spirit as well as a human flesh and bone, you have to have this routine that you create that's spiritual in nature. You can call it thinking time. You can call it a retreat. But do you have a routine time where you spend some moments reflecting? You spend some moments thinking. You spend some moments focused on really what matters and is important with your goals. So whatever you want to call that, you need to take some time. It needs to be something you do every day. It is an aspect of every day. I encourage you to do it first thing in the morning and the last thing every night, because the first thing in the morning gives you an opportunity to look at today. And last thing at night lets you look back at what happened that day toward what you're trying to do in your goals. And there's the book of wisdom, and you might know it as the Bible. The book of wisdom gives us some insight in how we spend that time. Matter of fact, it even gives us a formula. That formula is often called the model prayer. And I want to help you see inside the model prayer that's really about how you can leverage this routine time that you have. It first of all tells us to acknowledge the spiritual aspect. That model prayer starts off, "Our Father which is in heaven, holy is your name." And so the concept and idea that outside of us, there is something spiritual. We live in not only a physical world, but a spiritual world. And see, part of your goal setting has to be focused on the spiritual nature of things. That it's something beyond just a physical thing you can hold on to, like losing weight. That's a physical goal. But it also has a spiritual perspective and a spiritual aspect to it. Becoming wealthy might be a goal that you have. That there's a physical aspect to that, and there's a spiritual aspect to that. Being a better parent, there's a physical aspect to that, there's a spiritual aspect to that. Getting your business off the ground, there's a spiritual aspect and a physical aspect to that. But you have to acknowledge that in your time. So this concept of focusing on outside ourselves to a creator that made us? See, oftentimes people forget or don't realize that you are a unique, every person is a unique spiritual person and a unique physical person. You can be a twin, but you're different than your twin. Yeah, a lot of things you may look alike. You may oftentimes think in some ways alike, but you are different. And in that component of that is because the book of wisdom tells us that you are reverently, that is thoughtfully created. You are awesomely created. That is, you are unique in the sense of what you have as gifts, talents, resources, and who you are. That is different. You are environmentally different. You're going to come up in an environment that's going to shape you. So there's a spiritual aspect that you need to reflect on and realize, I am different. I am unique. I am special. See, a lot of people don't believe they're special. And that's one of the reasons that their goals go awry. It's because they don't realize that accomplishing this goal helps them accomplish their spiritual purpose of being a special creation. A special creation. We are not cookie cutter, assembly line production. We are special and unique. A second aspect of that model prayer that says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. What does that tell us about our goals? What does that tell us about our spiritual being? Is that we need to connect to a bigger picture. Yes, we may need to accomplish a certain thing in our life for health reasons, or for financial reasons, or for relationship reasons, or for community reasons. But how does it connect to the bigger picture? What's it really all about in the big scheme of things? See, when you begin to look at your goal as a part of a bigger picture, then you begin to realize that there's more to it than just getting to that mile marker in your life. And that becomes a bigger component. What is it that connects you to the bigger picture? And once you understand that, then you get access to the bigger resources. But oftentimes our goals struggles is because we have so narrowed in on our own personal issue that we miss the connection to the bigger picture. And let's face it, we only have so much time, so much money, so much resource, so much energy, so many connections in life. If we're single, if it's all about us, if it's all turned in. But when you turn out, when you look at the bigger picture and realize that there's more beyond what you're thinking and wanting to do than just yourself. It's a bigger picture. Then it gives us another unique component that we need to ask for resources. In that prayer, in that model prayer, it says, and give us this day our daily bread. Give us this day what we need today. So in your focus time, in your quiet time, in your reflection time, in your meditation time, whatever you call it, in your retreat, you need to ask for resources. This same book of wisdom tells us that we don't have things because we don't ask. You have not because you don't ask. You don't ask. And so we have to ask, I need this. Not only do we speak that to the divine creator, but we speak it to all the elements that he has put in place around us. And then oftentimes we find that when we begin to ask for things, we begin to notice that those things exist. Before we acknowledge them, we didn't pay any attention to it. We have to ask for resources. Give us this day our daily bread. What do I need today to accomplish this goal? Again, that's why I think it's important that we spend time every day thinking about what needs to happen today to get me to the next step of my goal for this week, for this month, for this year, for my lifetime. But focus, what is the resource I need today? Maybe today is going to be a trying day and we need patience. Or maybe today is a day where we need a resource and we're going to have to find that resource. Maybe it's in a person, maybe it's in a product, maybe it's in a service, maybe it's in information, maybe it's in a connection to someone, maybe it's into the community. We need a resource. We need to ask for the resource and we'll find it. Matter of fact, that same book of wisdom says, ask and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive. But it takes you through a formula. Ask, knock. That is, you have to take action. Knock, go looking for it, and then you'll find it. The door will be opened. And so it becomes real important that you ask for resources. Give us this day our daily bread. That's a thing you have to do every day. Because you see, if you get just what you need for today, then tomorrow you're going to need to ask again. And that becomes an important component. It's not a once and done thing. It's I need to keep that at the top of mind. I need to keep asking until I find it, till I receive it. There's numerous stories in that book of wisdom about that exact principle, about continually seeking and asking. The next thing that model prayer talks about is something that we all have to do. Because inside of this, in seeking our goal, is the need of forgiveness. We have to seek forgiveness. We have to seek forgiveness that maybe we've been selfish with our goal. Maybe we've been misguided in our goal. So we need to ask the divine creator and say, forgive me for being selfish. I didn't see how this connected or didn't connect to the big picture. It was all about me. We need to seek forgiveness from ourselves. Oftentimes, the biggest barrier to our success and our goal is that we can't forgive ourselves. We can't forgive ourselves for that failure that happened yesterday. Oh man, I just fell apart and I fell off the wagon, and I ate too much, or I spent too much, or I yelled at my kids, or I didn't talk to people properly, or I didn't fulfill my promise. We need to forgive ourselves. We have to tell ourselves, you know what? Yesterday ended last night at 12. It's a new day, and I need to let go. You see, forgiveness allows us to let go. And then we need to seek forgiveness from other people. Right? We need to, we can intentionally or unintentionally wrong people. We can intentionally wrong people too, but we can unintentionally wrong people that we don't know that we've wronged, but we have a sense, something's happened in a relationship here. I need to get forgiveness. We may make a misstep or a wrong step because, hey, we're human. We don't know everything. We don't have all the knowledge that the divine creator has. We only have what our little scope of information is. And believe me, it's just a sliver of what is out there in the world. We need to seek forgiveness. So I encourage you in your reflection time is, who do I need to forgive? Do I need to forgive myself? Do I need to ask for forgiveness? Do I need to seek out somebody for forgiveness? It also says we need to ask for directions. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Look, there's a lot of distractions, a lot of choices you can make, a lot of ways you can go, right? So ask for directions. Ask for directions. Look out there and say, what is the next step I need to take? I need help to determine the next step. Ask the creator. Ask other people. Ask the environment around you. What is it the next step I need to take? I don't want to go wrong. Why? Because this thing that's bigger than me, that I'm supposed to be connected to with my goal, needs me to make this be accomplished. It needs this to happen. You see, the world needs you healthy. Why? Because in your health, you can take action and do things that can't be done if you're ill. The world needs you wealthy. It needs you to be able to have the resources that you need to accomplish your goal. Now, the world needs you knowledgeable. The world needs what you know. The world needs your voice, your experience, what you have to share. But you have to ask for directions of how to implement that, how to apply that, how to make the goal, move the goal to the next step. Ask for directions. And then last but not least, you need to tie your goal to a legacy. The end of that prayer is not only are we to ask that we not be led into temptation, delivered for evil, but to acknowledge that God, this divine being that created us special and unique and in a very special way for a very special purpose, a very special mission that we're trying to tie ourselves to, is that our real goal is a legacy. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, right? For thine is the power and the glory forever. That word forever is huge. You need to tie your goal to a forever goal. What is it that you can leave behind that will make a difference? You see, in the way life works, very, very few times are people going to remember where we lived, how much money we had, what degree we had, what the name of our company is. But when we have a goal that creates a mark of legacy, it changes everything for everybody. Do you have that? Have you tied your goal to a legacy factor? This is what I want to do and leave behind. This is what I want to leave behind so that it makes an ongoing difference in the world in which we live. Hey, thanks for being with us today. I really appreciate it. I hope this week has been helpful for you. If you've not caught this week, go to our website, themorningwakeupcall.com, and subscribe to our podcast, to the website, to the email list, so that you get all of that at one time. But we really do thank you for being here with us, and we want to encourage you to be with us every morning, Monday through Friday. Get it all straightened out here. Maybe I hadn't had enough coffee this morning. But get subscribed and share it with other people, because we're really excited about being able to help you as we launch out into doing more and being more and sharing more and changing our world as we go to the future. Again, my name is Dean Renfro. We hope to inspire you, inform you, and give you a little bit of insight that will help you grow, and in turn it helps your business organization grow so that you can go and change your world. Talk to you soon. See you next time.